Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to From First Search to Final Sale, presented by Podium. My name is Samantha, and I'm the Managing Editor of Jewellery Business. Today's webinar explores the changing retail landscape and looks at different marketing strategies business owners can incorporate to remain accessible to their customers and maximize their digital footprint. Just as a general note to today's attendees, all of your mics are muted. That said, if you have any questions for our presenter, feel free to post them in the Q&A forum, as we will be addressing questions at the end of the presentation. If you have any technical questions as we get started, you can use the chat feature to communicate with us, and we'll do our best to help you out. Today's slide presentation and our speaker's audio is being recorded, so we can provide you with the material afterward. Jason Ayalona, who was originally scheduled for this presentation, is unable to join us today. On that, I would like to introduce our speaker from Podium, Haley Sontag, a demand gen specialist with experience in social media management, market research, product development, public relations, and advertising. But before I hand things over to Haley, let's kick things off with a poll to find out a little bit more about who's in attendance today. What best describes your company's operations? I'll just give everyone a little bit of time to answer. All right, it looks like we have a good mix of everybody today, so this should be great. All right, and with that, Haley, please take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Samantha. Yeah, I'm really excited to be here today and talk about the modern customer journey, and specifically in the jewelry industry, and how that has changed over the years, and specifically the role that technology has played in that. We'll also talk about what your business can do, each stage of this journey to adapt to these changing preferences. So my name is Haley. I'm really excited to be here. As a reminder, you can ask any questions, and we'll get to as many as you can at the end. We'll start off with talking about what the customer journey used to be and what it is now. To fully understand your customer's journey, you need to take a walk in their shoes. In doing so, we'll provide some insights, and we'll answer these 3 questions that are really important. Can your customers find you? Are you making it easy for them to connect, chat, or ask questions? And are you creating long-lasting, trustworthy customer relationships? In answering each of these questions, you can address customer pain points as a team, and in turn create better customer experience for your future and returning customers. So this is what the customer journey used to be. It was a lot simpler. The convenient thing to do was to just stay with the business that customer already knew, or that maybe their family had gone to, a recommendation they got from a friend, and just continue to go back to that business. And if they did need a new business, they'd go to whichever one was closest, or whichever one a friend recommended. But that's changed a lot, and technology has shifted this customer journey, impacting how customers interact with your business, and also how your business interacts with your customers. So phones are practically just pocket-sized computers, and offering immediate searchability for anything you want at any time. The search in near me searches is proof of this. Us as consumers, we want immediate solutions, and we want them now. One of the biggest changes we've seen with the customer journey is that people are valuing convenience over loyalty. They'll choose a business that's more convenient over the one that they have previous experience with, if that one doesn't make it easy to do repeat or first-time business. In order to adapt to these ever-changing ways of the modern customer journey, local businesses need to use technology to their advantage. Digital tools like a Facebook chatbot or website lead forms. They're a good start. There are these other tools, we'll talk about them today, that can help connect these online and offline experiences for you and for your customers. So this is kind of what the customer journey is today. So it's been changed drastically by varying technologies ranging from phones to search engines and everything in between that. So consequently, customers expect a lot more from businesses. Specifically, they expect transparency, they expect convenience, immediate access, and efficient interactions. So tools like local search, interaction management platforms, reviews, web chat, messaging apps, they're not only easy to use, but they'll allow your business to leverage this technology that has changed the journey for the customer. It can change it for you and help you adapt. It'll allow your business to fulfill these expectations that today's customers have. You can earn repeat customers, and you can use them to empower your teams to communicate as well. So we'll go through each of these stages individually and dive into what your business can do to ensure a convenient journey along the way. But now we'll have another poll question before we jump into our first step of Discover. So what do you do when you need to find a new business near you? We talked about what it used to be, what it is now. I want to know kind of the process that each of you go through when finding a new business. We'll give you a few seconds to answer that. All right, let's see what the answer is. So it looks like, true to what we were saying, a lot of you search online. 89% of you. Some of you ask a family friend for a recommendation. Looks like nobody drives around your area. Nobody looks at Yellow Pages. So this is pretty consistent to what we've been seeing in the customer journey, how it's changed in recent years. The journey starts with, like we saw, a customer searching online on their channel of choice. So a life event happens that facilitates a search, like an engagement, for example. They will most likely search on their phone, jewelry stores near me. This has created what Google calls micro moments, which is when a customer knows what they want, they have the intent to buy, but they need to be connected with the right business. So that's why being where your customers are, showing up on the Google Map pack, and having good reviews is so important. Your customers are looking for a jewelry store, and they're going to take their business somewhere. So if they can't find you, they're going to go to your competitors. So here are some things you can do to avoid that. Claiming your business is the first step. This is free and it's really easy. It's something that you can do today. You'll want to claim your listing on Google, and you'll want to figure out the social media sites that are most important to your business. Facebook is a huge one. Instagram is growing in popularity. And then industry-specific directories like The Knot or Wedding Wire. You want to make sure that you are on these sites. So if your customers are searching on them, whatever they prefer, that they'll be able to find you. And something to look for is to make sure your name, address, and phone number, which is also known as the NAP, that it exactly matches on each of your directory profiles and also your website header and footer. So for example, if you are located on 123 ABC Street and you spell out street S-T-R-E-E-T on your website, make sure that you spell it out exactly the same on your Google listing, your Bing listing, Facebook, The Knot, Wedding Wire, any directory that you have, you want to make sure that that they all match exactly. The reason this is so important is it'll tell Google and other search engines that it's all one business, and it'll build credibility both in the eyes of Google and of your customers as well. So we'll dive in a little bit deeper on to Google and specifically the Google Map Pack. So what the Google Map Pack is someone searches jewelry stores near me. It's, as you see on your screen, it's the location, the name, the review, and a contact method, a method to contact a business that shows up in the results. So this is really important because a lot of searchers, this is the first thing they see, or this is the thing that they scroll past the ads to find. So again, the first step is to claim your Google My Business listing. Someone may have already claimed it for you, but that doesn't mean that they own the listing. That just basically means that they told Google that this business exists. So what you'll have to do to verify your business on Google and have access to your account is you'll need a Google account, you'll need to claim your business, and then you'll need to verify it. So the most common way to do that is for Google to send a postcard to your business address with a verification code. This usually takes about 4 or 5 days, and then you enter that verification code in your Google My Business listing, and you'll have access to add photos and update information and do whatever you can, because you'll own the listing. So that's really important to get on the Google Backpack. You need a Google My Business listing. Something that's not listed on here is that you'll want to upload photos. They don't have to be professional photos. They can be, but they don't have to be. Most of us have a pretty high quality camera right in our pockets. So you can pull out your phone and take some pictures of your employees, your showroom, your storefront, some items that you have, some pieces that you have. And this will give customers an idea of what to expect if and when they do business with you. So another really important part of being where your customers are and getting found online is online reviews. Nobody knows exactly what and how much Google's algorithm takes into account when determining search rankings. But we do know that reviews play a huge part in ranking specifically for local search. So local search is when there's a location marker in the search. So jewelry stores near me, engagement rings in Cincinnati, Ohio, whatever it is, if there's a location marker, reviews play a huge role in when and where you'll show up in these local search rankings. You can see these stats we have on the screen are pretty compelling. This last one mentions that consumers won't engage with a business with less than a 3.3 star rating. But if they were to search best jewelry stores near me, including that word best, Google will actually filter out any business with less than a 4.0 star rating. So even if a customer would be willing to do business with you, they won't be able to find you because they've included this word best. So you'll want to make sure that you're focusing on your reviews so that your customers can find you. And Google's local search algorithm factors in, of course, your review rating, so the quality of reviews you have, but it also takes into account the number you have, how often they're coming in, and how recent they are. So because of this, you should be making a great effort to collect and manage as many reviews as possible on a consistent basis instead of just large quantities at once. Another thing, going along with this recency aspect that Google looks into is reviews that are older than 3 months. They matter significantly less to a customer than those that were given more recently. So if your most recent reviews from more than 3 months ago, we recommend getting reviews that are more recent, and this will increase your credibility and trustworthiness to potential customers. The next step of the journey is to convert. Some of you may have heard that retail is dying and about this retail apocalypse. But according to a HubSpot study, 72% of customers who search near me visit a brick and mortar location within 5 miles of their home. The journey may start online, but customers want to connect with businesses that are most convenient, whether that business is online or has a storefront. So during this phase, the customer starts a conversation with your business, and you have the opportunity to earn a new customer. So a lot of factors play into this. Proximity, reviews, ease of connectivity, and they can make or break this opportunity. Just because you make it easy for them to chat with you or to learn about your business, it doesn't mean that you can count this customer as a sale. Instead, you want to sell the customer on an experience and not just a one-time service, product or service. So we're going to have another poll right now. I'm going to be talking about the ways that you communicate with your customers. All right, so it looks like a lot of you are using email, phone's a big one, messaging, and so it looks like it's focused mainly on email, a lot on phone, some messaging, and other. So we're going to talk about, specifically about messaging, but how opening all of these methods of communication is so important to your business and letting customers connect with you. So local search helps you get found, but what comes next? A customer finds you, they see your reviews, they want to do business with you. They need to connect with you. So what can your business do to be chosen? So opening all of these channels of communication will make it really easy for your customers to connect with you and will eliminate barriers in the customer journey and lead to more business for your shop. So a lot of people prefer phone. Some people prefer email, some people prefer messaging. You're going to want to open all of these channels of communication because there's huge opportunity in each of them. And we're going to focus specifically on messaging because this is kind of the newer form of communication with your customers. Your phone and email have been around for a while and most businesses have that part down. So we're going to focus a little bit on messaging specifically. So 88% of consumers who search for a type of local business on a mobile device attempt to connect with that business within 24 hours. And in the same way that people start searching on their channel of choice, they want to connect with you on their channel of choice. So here are some different forms of messaging: a text messaging, Google Business Chat, which is directly from your Google My Business listing, Facebook Messenger, and also Instagram. So these are all growing in popularity, and you'll want to make sure to open these so that it's easy for customers to get in contact with you. So another way people go if they don't connect with you from your Google My Business listing or call or text your number that they find online, they're going to go to your website. So businesses do, and they should, spend a lot of time and money optimizing their website. But once customers get to your website, you want to make the path of conversion really clear to them so they know how to get in contact with you and get the information that they need. So you want to make it easy for website visitors to convert by making your call to action concise and valuable, and valuable to them, adding value. And you'll want to make it large and noticeable in a aesthetically pleasing way, but you want to make it easy for them and let them know how they can connect with you and convert on your website so that all that time and money spent on your website doesn't go to waste. So going back to your website, it's a huge channel, and we've seen that actually 95% of website visitors will not convert because they can't get the information they need. That's alarming, especially when you take into account the time and money that businesses spend on optimizing websites. But a chat solution, and specifically a text-based chat solution, we've seen putting that on your website can help plug that leaky bucket of traffic but no conversions from your website and help you get potential customers the information that they need. Here are some tips that you can put into play in your business to help deal with these extra communication that's coming into your business. You want to automate some, but not all responses. Remember, people want to talk to a real person who can answer their questions, and that's most likely going to be someone who's on your floor in your showroom who knows the answers to these questions. Directly address and answer their questions. You can send photos or videos if they're asking you about a specific type of a piece or They're sending you pictures of something that they're looking for, and you send them pictures of similar pieces that you have. You want to directly address and answer their questions. So find a way to organize all of these channels of communication so they're easy to manage. Opening these channels will bring in more leads and communication and questions for your business. That's a pretty good problem to have, is having too many people interested in your business. But like we were saying, technology is a great tool that you can use to leverage. And if you find something that'll help you manage all of these communications, it won't add an extra stress level to your business, but it'll help you just grow and deal with these new conversations coming in. So in all transparency, Podium is an interaction management platform, but whether you choose Podium or a different software, we highly recommend finding something to help you manage all conversations, because you don't want these leads that are coming in falling through the cracks. Another thing you can do is arm your team with the knowledge and skills to help answer questions and set appointments via messaging. So it's not just one person who answers all of these questions, but all of the team members know and are able to answer these questions. So next, the customer buys a product or service from your business, but today's customer has options and they know it. So at any point leading up to this purchase stage, customers can completely change their mind about your company and take their business elsewhere. Obviously, you want to avoid that. So rather than give them any reason to leave you high and dry, give them good reasons to stay by giving them a one-of-a-kind experience. And you can do that by connecting the online and offline world. So focused on convenient, non-intrusive interactions that keep your business top of mind and make it easy for them. Give them a coherent journey through finding you to doing business with you. An example of this is Amazon. And some people think that Amazon is taking over the retail world, but some people don't like to shop online. Some people prefer brick and mortar stores, and Amazon's been crushing it on digital, but it still feels the need to open brick and mortar stores and purchase Whole Foods, because different customers want different channels, but they all demand convenience. So you want to connect these online and offline worlds so that they can go through these different channels that they prefer and still have a great experience. But customers aren't the only people who benefit from messaging. One of the biggest benefits we've seen from our customers is that they save on average 4 to 5 hours a week just by shifting communication from phone calls to messaging. Messaging is asynchronous, which means that the two parties communicating don't have to be on at the same time. Businesses can manage multiple conversations at once, and this eliminates phone tag. And because messaging shows previous conversation history, jumping in and out of conversations is really easy, and different reps can also jump into a conversation and see the history and jump right in, right where they left off, to give that customer the answers they need in a timely manner. Other benefits we've seen for businesses is it streamlines communication and it boosts online reputation by increasing reviews. You can send review invitations via text message to make it easier for your customers. And we'll go into more detail about that in a few slides. So some of the best ways we've seen businesses use messaging are to schedule appointments, send pictures of inventory, provide updates, and follow up with customers, and also answer questions at every stage of this journey and of the sales funnel. Concerns or hesitations that customers may have with doing business at your store. And just like most of us are using texting to communicate with our family and friends. So people are used to that. They're used to having these comfortable conversations. So don't be afraid to personalize messages and show some personality. People are expecting and wanting to talk to a real person. So it's okay to let them know that they're not talking to a robot. Of course, you want to keep it professional, but you can add in some personality there to build a relationship with the customer. So how to close a lead effectively. don't like referring to potential customers as leads because they're people, but we have seen some of our customers use messaging to book appointments and, close a lead through text messaging. So here are some best practices that we've noticed. Once a conversation comes in, you get a feel of how close that person is to buying. They may just be shopping around, or they may be, ready to pull the trigger and buy something. So use this opportunity to build a relationship with the customer. Give them yet another reason to use your business, to bring their business to you instead of going to the competitor. Once you understand and address their needs and you know that they're ready to buy, we've seen this magical number of 10 minutes. You want to set up an appointment within 10 minutes. That'll increase the likelihood of them coming in. And then once you set the appointment, send a reminder text before, maybe a day before or whenever, just before the appointment, to increase the hold rate. We've seen a lot of businesses be really effective with this and use messaging to their advantage. So this is probably the most forgotten stage of the customer journey, but it is crucial in guiding customers through the journey to become an advocate for your shop. It provides deep insights into their experiences and whether or not your business and team can do things better. So the problem with feedback, though, is 50% of shoppers, so one half of shoppers, think their feedback falls flat and doesn't get acted upon. So make sure that your customers know you value their feedback, and then show them that you're implementing their feedback. I don't know if any of you have had this experience, but I left some feedback. I filled out a survey for a company, and I felt like I was doing a good thing. I didn't have a great experience, and I wanted to give them a chance to improve that. And I never heard anything about it. I don't know if anyone saw it. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I'm not sure, because I was never contacted about it later. But if you are showing your customers that you care about their feedback, and if per se they do have a negative experience, you can use their feedback to remedy these negative experiences and turn them into a glowing one. So you'll want to ask for feedback right off the bat. Ask if the customer was satisfied with your business and if you can do things better. This will allow you to act immediately, like I was saying, on any negative experiences and fix that problem in the future so it doesn't happen again. And this will help you get repeat customers. Customers feel like you care about them and you're trying to make things better. They're more likely to come back to your business. And retained customers, they buy more often and they spend more than newer customers. They've learned the value of your product and your service, and they'll keep coming back again and again. So it's actually 5 to 25 times more expensive to acquire a new customer than it is to retain an existing customer. And that's a huge amount of money, and that's this big opportunity that you can reinvest that money in making your business better. And if you have these retained customers, you don't want to keep getting new customers. You want people to have a good experience and to come back. So feedback is key in retaining customers and reaping the benefits of those repeat customers. So now the customer has a great experience and they want to share it with others. Here you have an opportunity to gain new customers. It's kind of full circle. More customers will find you with these reviews if you have really good reviews, and a lot of them. And then other customers will continue to come back. So you can get more reviews by asking for reviews and making it easy to leave them, responding to your reviews, and then using both feedback and reviews to improve your customer service as a team. Because the first step, and we tell this to all of our customers, the first step to getting 5-star reviews is to provide 5-star service. So once you're getting that and you're making it easy for your customers to leave reviews, your online review rating is going to go up automatically because you're offering this great service and making it easy for the silent, happy majority of your customers to leave reviews instead of those few customers who do have a negative experience. They're usually a little bit more motivated to leave negative reviews. But if you make it easy for everyone to leave a review, your online review rating will accurately reflect the service that you provide. So as we hinted earlier, your business can increase the quantity, quality, recency, and frequency, those 4 things Google looks at when determining search ranking. You can increase all those things by asking every customer for a review. And to increase the likelihood that they remember and that it's easy for them to leave a review, we recommend talking to them while they're still in the store and setting expectations. Let them know when they'll get the review invitation, how they'll get it, and how long it'll take and how important it is for your business. And then sending this review invitation via text messaging, we've seen eliminates these barriers that they have. Instead of, I'll use Google as an example. Instead of going to Google, searching your business, finding where to leave a review, they get a review invitation on their phone. They click the link that takes them directly to where they leave a review. They can fill out the stars and then write a few sentences. It'll take 30 seconds most of the time, and then they'll be more motivated and they'll remember more to leave reviews if you make it really convenient for them. So engagement is actually another really important aspect of managing your online reputation and reviews. So you should be responding to all reviews, and including, and I'd say especially, the negative ones. So with the negative ones, respond on the platform, but take it offline and prepare to offer remedies, especially if you were at fault. And if you turn the situation around, they may even change their reviews into a positive one. But even if they don't, you'll see that customers, if they search for your business and they see a negative review, they'll read the review, but then they'll see that you're responding and that you're willing to fix it. So that will change in their minds. That negative review won't have as much impact on their decision. They'll be able to see that you care and you want to give them a great experience. So like we said earlier, the first step to getting 5-star reviews is to provide excellent customer service. But it can also work in reverse. You can look for patterns and reoccurring issues in your reviews and the feedback you receive to get better as a team, so you can avoid those problems in the future. And you can communicate with your team, find opportunities for training if you see a lot of negative feedback and negative reviews on a certain part of the process. Whatever it is, you can use that to train and to get better and eliminate those issues for future customers. The communication is really important between a business and their customers, but it's also really important within a business and team members, so you're all on the same page and you're all growing and becoming better. So that's everything we have, with how the customer journey has changed and what you can do to adapt. So now we'll just recap kind of what we talked about. You want to be where your customers are and boost your online ratings. You want to make it easy for customers to connect with you and use all channels of communication: phone, email, messaging, web chat, whatever it is. You want to open all of these channels and make it easy for them to connect with you. Once they do connect with you and do business, you want to listen to them, ask for feedback in the moment, and remedy any negative experiences that they may have. On your website, you want to provide convenient call to actions, and you want to make it easy for them to leave a review after they've done service or after they've done business with you. And then you want to respond to all of these reviews, positive and negative. The last is collaborate and communicate as a team and manage customer interactions through one dashboard. So we hope that you got that takeaway from this presentation. And technology has played such a huge role in changing the customer journey on the customer side. And it's not something that you have to avoid or resist, but technology, you can and you should leverage technology to keep up with these customer preferences, because if you can't meet their demands of convenience, they're going to find someone else. So there's a lot of technology out there that you can leverage to adapt. So that's everything that we had. We will open it up to questions now, just in case your question doesn't get answered or you remember or you think of a question after the webinar has ended. Feel free to contact us. You can go to our website, podium.com/webinars. You can text or call us at the number there, or you can email us at webinars@podium.com. And now I'll turn it over to Samantha to ask those questions.
Thanks so much, Haley. To our attendees, if you have any questions, please use the Q&A forum. In the meantime, we do have a few that have already been submitted. Sylvana says she has sent a request to Google a few times, but still hasn't received a code for her business. What else can be done?
So that's a great question. If you look on your Google My Business listing and under the verification, there should be different methods to verify it. And you can also reach out specifically to a Google representative to find a different way. I'm not sure why you wouldn't have gotten the verification code, but you can definitely request another one. I know you said you've done it several times, but I would get on a call maybe or chat with a representative at Google to see what other options you have.
And we have another question here. Troy asks, what are some current dashboard platforms that capture all customer interactions with a business?
So I may be a little bit biased, but Podium M is a great interaction management platform. It brings all communications into one inbox. So Google Business Chat, text messaging, Facebook, Instagram, and others will all be in one inbox. You can see them all. And it's also an app that can go on each representative's phone, so everyone can have access and answer those questions. And you can also see and respond to reviews within the Podium dashboard as well. So Podium's a great option for that. You'll want to see what works best with your business. But if you want to learn more about what we can do, you can feel free to reach out to us, and we'll answer all your questions and see if we're a good fit.
And what would you say is the best way to get a customer's number and permission to send them text messages?
So we get this question a lot, actually. You want to, if you don't have the customer's number, say they just come into the store without communicating with you beforehand, and it ends in a sale, you can just let them know, kind of like we were talking about with setting expectations for a review. Just ask them, hey, can we get your number to send you a review invitation via text message? It would mean a lot to us. It really helps our business out. Setting those expectations and letting them know that they won't be getting, we strongly recommend against sending any sort of promotional material through text messaging, but using it more as a way to answer questions, and informational material is a great way. Texting is a great way to get that out. But just letting them know, setting those expectations, and if they do text in through, say, your website, some people are worried about CAN spam or castle log, but if they are texting you and you are responding with information, you're answering their question, you won't get in trouble about that. Podium is totally compliant with all of those laws, but if they're asking you a question, you definitely are able to respond and ask and answer those questions.
And Jose asks, are there any additional ways to reach your clients through Podium?
I'm not sure if I understand the question. Are there ways to reach out to your clients through Podium? Podium does integrate with several softwares that are specific to the jewelry industry, to some CRMs and other softwares. And you can reach out to us to see if we integrate with the specific software that you use. And that's a great way to automate review invitations and reach out to customers and reminders about appointments or send updates. Podium does integrate with several jewelry specific software. So reach out to us to see if we integrate with yours, and you can connect with customers that way.
And Davith asks, of your opinion of what do you think if he adds products such as images, description, price on his Google Business Pages store?
So kind of like we were talking about, customers, they all have different preferred channels of search, communication, shopping. So it's great to open all of these channels if you do offer online shopping. Google's a great resource for that, because a lot of customers will start their search on Google, and if your products are already there, it'll make it easy for them to browse the ones that they want. And if they have questions, they can go back to your listing and text right in or call. So that's a great way to tell customers what they can expect.
And what are some suggestions for small businesses who are looking to stand out against the large competitor or supergiant?
This is another question we get pretty frequently. What if there's another jewelry store in your area that has a lot of reviews or a big name, a large reputation, a lot of people know about it? What we would say is, continue with providing a great customer journey, because customers don't necessarily want to go to the name that they know. They want to go with the business that's most convenient for them. So if you're getting reviews, so you're getting found, and then you're making it easy for them to connect with you and providing a great journey throughout the whole thing, they'll leave you another review, they'll tell their family and friends, and they'll stick with you if you're making it easy for them.
And Hannah asks how this approach would make sense for businesses that don't necessarily have brick and mortar locations. For example, independent designers that most often come to their customers.
Yeah, so we work with, Podium works with a lot of, we work with a lot of home services businesses. So a lot of times they also don't have a storefront, and it works great because, especially if you have a team, it's not just, if it's just one person, it's not as big of a deal. But if you have a team and you want them all to be able to communicate with customers and schedule appointments, the Podium app is a really great solution for that, because you won't have to use your personal number, and customers won't have to remember which number goes to which representative, but they will text in on your Google number. It'll go to one inbox, and then whichever sales rep is available or whichever one is assigned that message, they'll all be able to see that and respond. And if one rep is busy, another one can respond. If that rep gets busy, another rep can come in and respond and jump into that conversation. So Podium works great with businesses without a storefront, especially because communication is huge in connecting with your business.
And we have one here that says, our managers and employees usually do not have time to reply to all text inquiries that come in throughout the day. How would you suggest making employees easy to access for customers without overwhelming employees with text throughout the day?
Yeah, so that's going along kind of with what I was talking about, is if you have an app or a software that brings them all into one inbox that all employees or specified employees have access to, then whoever is available at that time will be able to answer those questions. We have seen some businesses who even hire a specific person to manage all of the conversations. So that's our full-time job. But if you don't want to do that, if maybe that's not in your budget, getting a software that allows all reps to see all of the inquiries and respond, whichever rep is available at that time, letting them respond is a good way to make sure none of them fall through the cracks and not overwhelm your employees.
And Daniel asks, does Podium have a chatbot feature to automate responses to common questions?
Yes, so Podium has, it's called web chat, and it's a tool that goes on your website. It's different from live chat in that it is text-based. So a customer will go in, fill out their name and number and then their message, and then when your business responds back to them through Podium, it'll they'll get it as a text message, so they'll be able to see the history. And we do have some options for automation. So, for example, if someone is asking store hours, that's a great example of one that you want to automate, so you don't bog down other channels. We do have some options for that, and some after-hour auto responders as well. Says, hey, we're closed. We'll get back to you as soon as we open tomorrow at 9 or whatever it is.
All right, that seems to be all the questions we have today. For any we didn't capture, we'll see if we can get those answered to you by Haley via email. Once again, thank you to Haley as well as to Podium for a great presentation. A recording of the complete webinar will be available on the webinar section of jewellerybusiness.com 1 week from now. We'll also be sending a link of the recording via email to all attendees today. Thanks to everyone who attended. And before you go, please take a few minutes to give us your feedback by completing our webinar survey, which should appear in your browser after you close the webinar. Thanks again, and everyone have a great afternoon.
Thank you so much.